Good morning. This is Shay All Day. And excuse me. Today I wanted to just put out there some thoughts that have been circulating on my mind, especially due to some recent experiences that have occurred within the last few weeks. And so today's video is about recognizing the fruits that are being produced, especially if you're about to break into that thing that you've been praying for and that you've been asking God for. And so a lot of the things are shown right in front of you. God is very intentional when he wants to speak to you and let you know where you are. And then, of course, you have to be intentional about your relationship with God as well. And that may look different for each one of us because we have different relationships with different people, and the spiritual realm reflects a lot of the things. But in the world, things look differently because physical manifestations have tangible results in the physical. So without further ado, if you are about to receive the blessing that you have been seeking God for, one of the things that you'll notice is that you will see something that looks almost identical to that particular blessing, and it'll appear to align in all of the things that really resonate with you in terms of, interests, temperament, and you'll think, oh, this is looking good. But the thing about it is, although almost everything checks off on, your internal list, there will be some very key components missing. And those things are ultimately the things that are aligned with the principles of God, the fruits of the Spirit. You might meet somebody and everything seems to be perfectly aligned, but there's something in your spirit that's just not quite sitting well, but then there will be like something that will be a compromise that will be presented. And you have to really weigh it against the Word of God, and you have to think, is this compromise that this thing, this person, this situation, this compromise that is presenting itself, is it aligned with the will of God? This person may be perfect, but they may be really into alcohol and drugs. And, they're obviously a job for Jesus. Like, a lot of times maybe you could plant a seed for this person, but you'll be presented with things that may lead you back to your past or compromise aspects of your relationship with God. But everything else seems like it's a go, right? Another thing that you will notice is there will be delays and confusion in certain aspects of this thing will present themselves. You might be confused as to things that are not in alignment versus what this person says or what this business opportunity presents, or what this thing has, but it doesn't quite make sense in the alignment of what God has spoken into your spirit, because you have to be very intentional about really being able to hear the voice of God, because you could end up being led into a counterfeit situation and then find out that one thing, that inkling that didn't sit right in your spirit, is something that is a deal breaker ultimately, because it's going to lead you away from God, because you're not going to have any peace. And a lot of times, like when you're about to receive that blessing, you'll be exhausted by the thought of this blessing, and you'll be on the brink of giving up. You'll be just like, oh my God, but it'll seem like, it's like slipping between your fingers, because your faith really is being tested. Just know, because I've gone through this many a times since I've come on board with, God. And, you know, I've started actually reading the Bible. A lot of us, we don't read the Bible. We consider it like unnecessary because we have this idea that it's antiquated. But I'm going to tell you that's not the truth. I used to have that same sentiment. And I learned there's a reason why the Word of God is a guide in collaboration with a relationship with God and the Holy Spirit, and also Jesus as our intercessor to the Father. So if you don't put God first, as Matthew 6:33 says, but seek ye first the kingdom and all its righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you, you won't have clarity as to whether or not something is from God or if it isn't. So you don't want to waste your time in this life with leaning on your own understandings. You really, 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 really want to go and ask and be very intentional about speaking to God before you proceed. And God will reveal things, and you'll notice things. You'll be like, you might have a dream, you'll be like, oh, this thing that has been weighing on my spirit, that's not in alignment with God. And there's this thing and this thing. And don't get me wrong, sometimes there will be things that aren't in complete alignment, but those are things that God may be working on with that person or that thing. But this is why you have to be very intentional about understanding and knowing, and also reading the Word and knowing yourself and your spiritual journey and development and the truth, which the world does not like the truth at all. The truth in history, the truth in relational, sexual, emotional, psychological values. Like, I don't know how many times, like, when I'm speaking the truth, I get this ping of people, they don't want to hear it, even though I'm speaking the truth. They try to shame me for speaking the truth, but I'm a truth seeker, so it's fundamental that if you are seeking the things of God and you want what's best for you, like relationship-wise, career-wise, purpose-wise, that you be best friends with the truth, because the truth is next to God and the truth is clean. With that said, I am going to go and enjoy this Sunday. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Sunday and a great start to the week. God bless you guys. And yeah, it is amazing being with God, because when something's not for you, you're not emotionally invested in it, there's no tears lost. There may be some disappointment, but you're able to move on in confidence by the grace of God. So anyways, with that said, happy Sunday. This has been Shay All Day. Cheers. Bye.